love that song. Dude, it's so good. Hi guys. Welcome to This Era, the show that talks about the many sides of me. I'm Kevin, and today's episode topic is Follow the Dopamine. It is also the first episode of season 2. Isn't that fun? Yay. Acá no? Okay, I gotta bye. I love this song so much, dude. It sounds so good. It was like beach vibes, whatever. I love it. Hi. Hi. Hi, y'all. Guys, it's season 2. Oh my god. It's been a while since I finished what was it? The last episode in season Juan episode. What was that one? Well, the bonus episode was the last episode. What inspired my podcast? And I was with my boyfriend for the last episode 10. I was looking at my computer. That's why my sound sounded so weird. Anyways, yeah. So if you guys haven't checked out the first season, go check it out. I talk about my coming out story for episode 1 in season 1. I joined guest star Jose Guzman on society and culture and stories about getting high in high school. I joined Hope Charisse on manifestation and getting metaphysical. By the way, Hope is having a little baby coming soon. A little baby's in the oven, baking right now. By the time that this ends and maybe whatever, what was it? Oh no, the baby wouldn't be out yet. Girl, I don't know. I don't know anything about babies and creation of the babies. Okay. When I was little, I used to say that babies were pooped out by the mom. Yeah. I literally said that. I said that, that moms pooped the babies out. Tell me if that's something, right? God, this feels so weird, recording the episode right now, because it's been a good while, and everything's refreshed, everything's new. New as in, I don't know. There's so many new things. Let me just describe a few stuff here. What I did is I made my equipment semi-permanent, not semi-permanent. It's it's gonna be here, but I got a burp. It's gonna be here, but temporarily, so that it's easier for me to just quickly turn on the machine and record. I can just record the podcast immediately. Because before I was setting up everything and then putting everything away back into its box. I have a hard case that holds my stuff designed for this machine. And so now I have it out right here, and it's just going to be semi-permanent, whatever. And I love that. So that's another change. Another change, I don't know if you guys noticed, whoever's joining me from social media or even on, just clicking on whatever platform you are listening to This Era on the artwork, my artwork, and my cover art, whatever, and my promotional art is all redesigned and rebranded, and I'm absolutely in love with it. I think it's so fun. It's so super chic, if you would say. It's not chic, but it's just fun and bubbly. I added this grain effect. I don't know. I love graphic design. I'm majoring in that, and here I am designing my own artwork. And I think it's absolutely beautiful and just a very, very refreshing take on my podcast. So I'm happy that I grew up just as I grew up, which is interesting because we grow up, and my podcast is growing up too. So I've learned a lot and where my podcast seems to be going. I don't have any plans or anything. I'm just doing it. So let's see where it goes, So yeah, I was designing season 2's artwork, and I actually finished some other design stuff today as the same day that I'm recording this episode. And these episodes, I don't know when they're going to come out. So I'm recording this I don't know, just a couple weeks or days before even coming out, posting. But the trailer and all that is out for the people right now. It's so weird talking about like I'm talking about this like whatever I'm talking about right now in this present moment, but when this is out, a lot of stuff has already happened, which is insane. But whatever. I just want to say thank you to anybody who has stuck around and listened to season 1 and are now listening to season 2. I said season 2. Season 2. Thank you so much for listening. That's like, thank you. I really, truly appreciate your support and I appreciate you listening to me. And that's something that I wanted to kind of touch on in a future episode. I think it might be episode 6. I'm not sure. But I wanted to touch on that sort of aspect and like doing things for a reason and such like that. So stay tuned for a future episode, possibly episode 6. I'm not sure. I'm not making promises about that, about more of that topic. So yeah. Wow. What's it called? So what would we know? I already recapped. Oh my God. Did you see that? I just had like a little stroke, sweetie. Oh my God. God forbid I'm not going to have a stroke, sweetie. I have tea as usual. That's like my thing. I did drink some coffee this morning. I had a hole. You know the hole? No, I had a whole like problem these past, God, it's been obviously it's been a rough year and it's been a rough, this year has been crazy as well. For me, for a lot of people. And I just want to, I could talk about so many things, but I'm laying that out in my episodes because I really want to talk about it. And that's what's exciting. And that kind of brings up to the topic that this episode is on. The topic for this episode is follow the dopamine. And I don't know if you heard about this sort of word, whatever phrase. I don't know what you call those things, but for example, when I was creating the artwork for this, for my new podcast, season 2 and season 1, but season 2 especially, and my episode show notes and season 2 notes and layout, I get excited. I am in a trance, but it is a trance that feels perfect. It doesn't feel it doesn't feel forced. I don't feel forced to do what I'm doing, and I don't feel forced to create. I am simply enjoying it and being at peace, and I am stress-free when doing it. And I enjoy it. Obviously, there are moments where you're like, I get frustrated for some little thing. But it's a different quality when you're frustrated with like real frustration, if that makes any sense. And then there's like a different frustration that's like, I should have moved this right here, but that's okay. I don't know how to explain it. I hope I'm explaining things right. But anyways, it's been a crazy, couple months. I don't know if I think I talked about it. I did. I talked about it on my last episodes that I had an amoeba, sweetie. Guys, I had an amoeba. If you don't know what that is, it's like a protozoa. Okay, me like getting like giant words out of my mouth. It's a protozoa that's in your, like a bacteria, not a bacteria. It's like a different kind of thing in your intestine. And it was, you could search it up. It's called an amoebiasis. I don't know how to explain it. And then I had E. coli. Oh my God. Wow. E. coli on top of that. I don't know where I got it from. I probably got it from, I don't know. I ate Chipotle. So it probably was that. And I remember Chipotle had a hole. Chipotle had a hole. No, Chipotle had a whole problem with the E. coli. I don't know. They had an E. coli outbreak one time. So, yes. Did you hear? I'm clicking buttons and oh my God, that is so. I'm going to use these like buttons now. I don't know if I'm going to use them. There's a bunch of like different. Oh my God, this one's really good. Watch, ready? Oh my God. Wait, sweetie, I got to take a break. Just kidding. That's my transition sound. All right, guys, we're going to move on. Okay, no. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm following the dopamine. What's it called? Yeah, I had that. I had E. coli. I took a sample, a poop sample, and and yeah, it was so gross. And they like tested it, and I had E. coli and I had the amoeba. I took a bunch of antibiotics, very strong antibiotics. I really could tell. But I'm done. I seem to be fine. I've been going fine. I've been taking probiotics, which is very good, by the way, for you. If you are a regular person like me, I mean, if you're an alien, good for you. I'm so proud of you. Hi, welcome to this era. I'm gay. Um, no, take probiotics and prebiotics. They're very good for your gut. You'll be surprised. Like if you're going to the restroom and you're not liking it, sweetie, take some probiotics and see what happens. I'm 100% that you're gonna have a great time in the bathroom. And another thing is fiber. If you're not having a lot of fiber in your diet, especially for the gay people, for me, if you know, you know. If you know what fiber in your diet does to you, especially for Sunday night, you're not gonna have any interruptions with exactly. No, fiber is really good for your diet and probiotics. So highly recommend you take some probiotics and some if you're not having fiber already, take some fiber. Don't take Metamucil. Metamucil has like, I'm saying like protein and all that. They add fiber in there, but like if you're gonna take fiber like regular fiber, don't take Metamucil. They have like a bunch of like a lot of colorants and preservatives and dyes. Oh, I already said that. Colorants, artificial flavor. It's just not good. It's not good. Get some natural stuff, sweetie. Why did I say like I said sweaty, sweetie? Oh, I got to burp again, sweetie. Let's take a tea break. Anyways, yeah. So it's been a crazy year. I took the COVID vaccine. I know some people don't want to take it and stuff. And Johnson & Johnson, oh my God, girl. Oh my God. Only like one person's going to understand my reference when I say grr. They're having issues, as you know. You already know. They've been having issues, so I'm not surprised. But I took the Pfizer vaccine. By the time this episode is out, or maybe like the second episode, I'm not sure. By the time this is out, I'm probably already going to have the second vaccine. But yeah, I took the vaccine. I decided to do that. You guys do whatever the hell you want, sweetie. But I mean, I did that. I don't really have an opinion towards it. I just did it. So yeah, I'm just letting you know because it's something to talk about, right? So I took the vaccine. I didn't have any like side effects. I did in the beginning, the first few minutes, like 20, whatever, 30 minutes. I felt kind of like, what? A little bit like nauseous. I'm a little drunk, sweetie. But then it went away. And, but I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to react for the second one. So I'll let you know in the future episodes if you guys like for me to tell you. Also, side note, oh my God, what happened? Guys, I ordered DoorDash and they weren't making my order, but then they made my order. I kind of regret it, but who cares? We live life. So order DoorDash. Not sponsored. What's it called? I was listening. So my boyfriend, as you know, I have a boyfriend. I love boyfriends. She's taken. What's it called? What am I saying? Oh, so he introduced me to some audiobooks. I have read 2 books, physical books, and I have started reading audiobooks, and my boyfriend got me into that. I mean, I've always kind of wanted to, but there's some books that he recommended, and oh my God, I haven't read a lot. Obviously, he's probably, we might talk in a future episode, and I can ask him that question. He can tell you how many books he has read, but he's read a lot. He read a lot. He do be reading a lot though. But a lot of knowledge. I have read a lot of books. By the way, I'm gonna post that on my social media when this episode comes out. So anybody following me on my social media, you could you probably saw it, or you could click on my profile on Instagram, and if you're following me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, and you can click in my profile. There's like the little stories there, and one of them says my podcast. It is gonna be right there if you want to know, and it's also gonna be in my show notes. This episode's show notes. If you would like to check out those books that I have read. And you can purchase them or listen to them. I don't know. I'm just going to give you some links, whatever. You can search it up, but I'm just going to give you like an Amazon link or something. Okay. Non-sponsored. Again, not sponsored. But very great books. They're so good. A lot of things, a lot of knowledge. I highly recommend these books. Wow. I don't know how to explain it. I have learned so much. Especially with a lot of them are kind of spiritual. They talk about, it's like wisdom, self-help books, meditation exercises, being present, anxiety, about, things about your life, like these, ego, all of these things. They're very great. But these are the books that I have listened to or read. And I wanted to share that with you guys. The last book that I have read, that I read, was Unwinding Anxiety by Judson Brewer. And I highly recommend that book. I will, again, link these in the description. And if you're following me on social media, you can check it out on my stories, my podcast stories on my profile. Highly recommend these books. They're so good. Yeah, very inspirational. That's all I want to say. I really can't explain everything in detail, but I love it. I love it. I gained insight within myself and insight about others, especially. So I highly recommend you guys listen to those books. Follow the dopamine. Follow the dopamine of books. Follow your gut feeling, sweeties. Follow the dopamine. I really haven't done a lot of research about follow the dopamine, that kind of phrase, but what I'm taking from it is when you do something and you feel happy and especially present when doing it, as you should be doing everything that you do with the state of presence. You should be doing everything in presence so that, being aware of what you're doing, and it's not something that you're obligated to do. Like when you do something with presence, you'll be surprised. You could do stuff, fast in a speedy way. You could do stuff with the highest, most clarity, and you'll probably find, I don't know, a scenario I could put is let's say we're cleaning my room, right? You're cleaning your room and you're present, and you have a clear head, and you notice things in your room like, oh, I could get rid of that, or, oh, I need to get this, or, these little things. You note these things while you're doing your thing, whatever, because you have a clear head and you're present. You're not doing something and you're just thinking about something else. I don't know if that makes any sense. Try to find a time, a point in time, a moment, a little moment, if you will, in your life that has made you be present. And when I say presence, I mean you are doing something and you are simply doing that task. And sometimes if you are aware, which you should be, you would, be like, oh my God, I am doing this task and I'm doing it flawlessly. Constantly raising the bar for all of us. No, yeah. Just do things with presence, and I mean, I hope you guys are. Everyone has probably done that. You just gotta be aware of it. And if you are, beautiful, then you know what I'm talking about, sweeties. And when you do that, I don't know, especially let's say I'm waiting to meet my boyfriend on Friday. I'm not sometimes I go through the week and I'm anticipating the moment that I'm gonna, is that a right word, anticipating, like the moment where I'm gonna, meet him or whatever. And I do things and it motivates me to reach that goal, whatever, reach that like moment. And that builds up dopamine. And when I get it, it's like a reward, and that is great. It's like, oh, do 30 minutes of walk a day, and in the end your reward is, burning calories and feeling good because you're doing something, you're working your heart. I'm not saying, oh, you're going to lose weight. I mean, maybe you can, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about like losing weight. I'm talking about, you're feeling good, you're being present, doing exercise, and the reward in the end is it's that rush of dopamine or whatever, or that, state of awareness and being present and state of like, I feel healthy, I feel good, and thus healthier mind and happy brain. Beautiful. We love being not depressed. It's okay to be depressed. It's okay if you're having a rough day. It's okay if you're having a rough week, a rough month, a rough year. Try to be aware that you are not okay, and do things that can bring you joy, and try to break, if it's something that's causing you to, and we can talk about this in another episode. I definitely would love to talk about this. But if you're like doing something and it's causing problems within your body, or something is happening, what is causing that problem? Like try to pinpoint, or like, it's sort of like finding, like, let's say I lost something. People like try to like look back at where they were to find the last item. Same thing. Go back and say, what caused this? What was the start of this chain that made me feel this disgusting way, or feel happy? If you want to like learn, oh, how did I get here? How did I become happy? Try to find a little, look back and see what caused that. And I don't know, create better habits. And yeah, I don't know. Girl. Hi. The Windows XP. I love that. What was I gonna say? Hi. I literally just ate. Like, it's so weird to you guys. It's like something happened and then boom, I'm back and I just ate. It's like I took like a whole 20-minute break and then came back to continue recording. I was talking about, what was I talking about? I ate my DoorDash order. It was pizza, not pizza, pizza. That's how we say it. What's it called? Anyways, yes, follow the dopamine. What was I talking about? Yeah, just like it's so hard to like come back into like something. I'm like, I was all serious, and then here I am like, hello, I'm back. Yeah, we're back. What's it called? Follow the dopamine, sweetie. I hate when I lose my train of thought. I really should have just thought about it and then done this, but here I am, and you know what? That's okay. Do you ever like eat food and like you have to cough like a lot? Because I do. Let me just, I gotta cough for a little moment. Coronavirus. Anyways, what was it called? Follow the dopamine, sweetie. I heard that term somewhere. I don't know what, I haven't, like I said, I haven't searched it up. I should. Oh my God, dopamine fasting. People do that. Isn't that what we get when we're like, when we get enough sleep and all of that, it obviously boosts like our dopamine and stuff. But I know that our phones have been like releasing a lot of dopamine. Like what we do, like we have a lot of reward systems that are created, designed specifically to do that. And that's like not good for us at all. And here I am, scrolling through TikTok and using Instagram. But you got to reset your dopamine levels. And I think that's what people call dopamine fasting, where they abstain from anything that brings them pleasure, like a smartphone or like watching Netflix or video games, or even things like sexual experiences, because that obviously releases dopamine. But there's some people who are absolutely addicted. So if you're addicted, try to fast from that. And maybe that'll help you. I don't know. I really don't know much about dopamine fasting, but it is a topic of its own for you to explore. So yeah, follow the dopamine. I always do this. I have like a main topic in my episode and I'm like over here talking about something, but then I don't really talk about, I feel like I don't, but maybe I do. And again, that's okay. So thank you for sticking around and listening to my first episode. I don't know. I'll get there. Don't yell at me. So yeah, I think I'm going to end this episode because I really ran out of everything to talk about. So yeah, great start to season 2. Yes. Did you guys like my intro song? I really love it. It's my new intro song. I was going to change it, but I don't know. Let's just see how it goes. I can, once again, like I said, audiobooks that I love reading and listening to so far is, I'll keep you updated if I listen to anything new. I will add them to my Instagram story thing on my profile. You can check it out there. And I'll obviously update the list for the books that I've listened to. So yeah, check it out in my show notes for those new books. And again, I'm going to speak in a future episode, possibly episode 6, more about this topic with, being in alignment and stuff like that. Something that I do want to add, like a segment, maybe something that's making us happy. So what's making me happy today? Something that's making me happy today, or the week, is there has been in this particular week, there has been a moment of alignment, if that makes any sense. There has been more presence and awareness of not future outcomes, but there's like this peace right now with what's happening for me and maybe for you too. And that's absolutely beautiful. That's wonderful. And like I said, if you're not feeling great right now, that is completely okay. In time. And if it's something that is of causation, like something that you are causing, try to look back and, see what is causing it. Is it something you're drinking? Like there's people who, for example, and you probably already know this, but drinking a lot of coffee for some people, I'm not saying everyone, but for some people makes them, let's say, they won't sleep at night because they're drinking coffee, or it causes them more anxiety. So then what do? Mitigate the anxiety by mitigating coffee. Mitigate the restlessness at night by stop drinking coffee later in the day or whatever. Because when you drink coffee, when you drink caffeine, that's a better way because you can drink caffeine out of tea, out of a lot of other foods, and coffee, of course. But coffee, the caffeine, it'll stay in, it'll kick in within like 30 to 45 minutes, and the caffeine would stay within 5 hours or more. And so let's say I drank it, later at night, I'm going to have caffeine, throughout the night. So, but, some people have issues with that and stuff. So try to like mitigate that, try to lower that little by little. You don't need to do completely. You don't need to abstain yourself, from something, but hopefully that helps. You know what I'm saying? And see how that improves. I can go a lot of different ways within that route, but take it like as you wish, whatever, like, apply that concept to a variety of different things. So yeah, that's what's making me happy. What's making you guys happy? If you want to tell me what's making you guys happy, you can tell me by leaving a message in my, you can leave a message to me in my show notes. It'll be in my show notes of this episode. Or any episode of that matter. You can leave me a message by clicking the link there. So yeah, so I think that's it for episode 1. Thank you guys for sticking around. Thank you for listening to season 1. if you have not already listened to season 1. And thank you for joining me for season 2. Let's see what happens with season 2. I'm really excited. So yeah. Okay. So yes. I love this song. Thanks for listening to this era. And again, as always, before you go, show some love to your favorite podcast by leaving me a review on Apple Podcasts if you haven't already. And stay tuned for next week where we will talk about spiritual things, if that makes any sense. Some spiritual things, nothing major. I'm not talking about the book of Genesis in the Bible, sweetie. Just spiritual things. You'll get there when we when you click listen to episode 2 if you know. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right, guys. I'll talk to you in the next episode. Bye.